Now we move on to Africa. Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo have signed a landmark US-brokered peace agreement in Washington, raising hopes for an end to years of conflict that has killed thousands and displaced hundreds of thousands more. The foreign ministers of both countries signed the deal at the US State Department in a ceremony attended by Secretary of State Marco Rubio and President Donald Trump. The agreement is part of a broader push by the Trump administration to stabilize the region and open it up to billions of dollars in US and Western investment, particularly in Congo's vast mineral wealth, including tantalum, cobalt, gold, copper, and lithium. Under the terms of the deal, Rwanda has agreed to withdraw its troops from eastern Congo within 90 days, and both countries will establish a joint security coordination mechanism within 30 days. A regional economic integration framework is also set to be launched within 3 months, signaling a shift towards long-term cooperation and economic development. Rwanda has committed to ending what it describes as defensive measures inside Congolese territory, while the DRC has pledged to cut all ties with Hutu militias linked to the 1994 Rwandan genocide, specifically the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, or FDLR. The Rwandan foreign minister said the agreement marks a turning point, insisting on what he called an irreversible and verifiable end to any state support for the FDLR. The Congolese foreign minister called the deal a beginning, not an end, stressing that it must be followed by disengagement, justice, and the return of refugees and displaced families. Let's listen in to what the foreign ministers of Rwanda and DRC had to say.
Begin implementing of the concept of operations for the neutralization of the FDLR to be accompanied by a lifting of Rwanda's defensive measures. This is grounded in the commitment made here for an irreversible and verifiable end to state support for FDLR and associated militias. That is the bedrock of peace and security.
We do not want a peace shaped by elites. We want a peace that is real, lived, shared, and built with us. To our fellow citizens in the East, this agreement was signed with you in mind. It provides for the disengagement of armed forces, the protection of civilians, the return of displaced persons and of refugees under government authority, and establishes a follow-up mechanism to ensure compliance. These are not just words on paper. They must now be translated into action with justice, accountability, and political will. This peace agreement is the starting point, not the end. Signing this agreement, we reaffirm a simple truth. Peace is a choice, but also a responsibility to respect international law, to uphold human rights, and to protect the sovereignty of states. Those who have suffered the most are watching. They are expecting this agreement to be respected, and we cannot fail them. By signing this...
The peace agreement does not include a direct timeline for the withdrawal of M23 rebels, who have seized major towns and mining areas in eastern Congo. Rwanda continues to deny backing the M23 group, while the United Nations and Western powers say Kigali has sent thousands of troops to support the rebels. This claim has repeatedly been rejected by Rwanda. US officials, including President Trump, have linked the Peace Deal Act to access for American companies to critical mineral supply chains. Trump has welcomed the foreign ministers at the White House following the signing, calling it a wonderful day and describing the deal as the start of a new chapter for the region. He also extended formal invitations to the presidents of Rwanda and the DRC to sign a broader Washington Accord package in the coming weeks. Let's listen in to what Donald Trump and Marco Rubio had to say.
A lot of war, right? A lot of fighting, a lot of death. It's displaced countless people and claimed the lives of thousands and thousands. But today, the violence and destruction comes to an end, and the entire region begins a new chapter of hope and opportunity, harmony, prosperity, and peace. Actually, it's the biggest war on the planet since World War II. So it's a shame, but we're going to bring it to an end. I want to express my gratitude and congratulations to the representatives of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of Rwanda, who signed this pivotal agreement a short time ago.
It's not just about ending wars, and it's not just about saving lives, it's about allowing people to live. It's about allowing people to now have dreams and hopes for a better life, for prosperity, for economic opportunity, for a family reunification, for all the things that make life worth living. Those things become impossible when there's war and when there's conflict. So we're grateful to have played the role we've played. We acknowledge and recognize there's still more work to be done. But we thank you all very much for being a part of this historic and important day. This is really why I wanted this job, or why I embraced this job so much, is moments like this.
American officials say a follow-up agreement focused on trade and mineral supply chains is expected to be signed soon, pending further progress in parallel talks hosted by Qatar between the Congolese government and the M23 rebel group. French President Emmanuel Macron has welcomed the peace agreement